Well, reinforce what the mindset is. So when things aren't going your way, mentally, we have a tendency, I think, to scatter, right? To worry about a bunch of things that are outside what we're doing, and then you've got 20 mindsets, and that's the danger there. So we got to bring it back to one mindset of how we want to approach the game. I think to credit the players, I've liked the starts of our games in our last three. We've come out right. Really liked our first periods of the game. And then some events take place, whether it's a tough goal or a penalty or the other team, in which there'll be a point in the game where the other team owns, where they have the offense's own pressure, where they've got the jump on speed, where they're a little sharper with their execution, and then getting control of the game back. So much of that is about patience. So it's the mindset of the team has to be one, and one mindset of what we're trying to, the most important thing that we're going to do on the ice tonight, and then everything falls in line after it.
You've had a lot of praise from Evan Rodriguez.
Yeah.
How would you characterize his influence to this group?
Well, growth for one, from the time he landed here to, let's say, the start of the season. You had 25 games. If you're in an 80%, the top quarter or top 25 in terms of consistency, that's a very high number. If you play 82 games and you like 70 of them, you've had an incredible year. So we're at 25 games, and I think 21 of them have been very, very good. And in order to do that, you have to start to understand your game and the basics of it and what you're going to bring every single night. I think he's been fantastic, and we didn't love his last game. So each time that's happened this year, and again, it's a very small number of games, he's gotten right back to what he's great at. He's matured to the point that he is a leader in our room now, and he is verbal on the bench, and he's an important part, especially with the new. He's had different wingers and different roles, and we played him wing all the time. Now he's playing center, so we've given him a whole new position. He's been remarkable for us.
Coach, so often when we talk about Sam Reinhart, we talk about his hockey IQ.
Yeah.
How big a part of that is his feel for the timing of a play, whether it's to slow it down and be patient or to know when to snap it?
Yeah. I was just talking to Doug about this. So in how I describe Sam Reinhart, I've always just like maybe the smartest player I've ever coached. But I might be missing it. I think maybe his strength is his ability to focus on the complete present, exactly where he's at, and read that play. So if he missed an empty net or he missed something or something didn't go his way in the last shift, that never has any effect on the next shift. He's constantly reading where he's at. And he just makes the right play as best he can most times. There's no cheat in his game. So it's invaluable. The nice part about that for Sam and for the Florida Panthers is I think he's going to be able to play that game for a very, very long time. Because he's had nights when you look at our schedule and the number of hockey games that man has played where the legs aren't there maybe. And he just makes an adjustment to this game, and he's still impactful for the team. So I think his ability to focus on the moment and be completely present is probably why he can describe the game so well to you the next day about what happened, about where his game's at. He's very concise and articulate in what happens in the game, and maybe based on just a highly unusual ability to focus on the present moment.
Carter Hagee, the newest member of the Big Dads Club.
What are we at now? Who's got the number?
10 plus maybe at this point?
Oh, we're easily 10, right? We're in 12 or 13 now. They all matter. You can't be off by one. Somebody's going to be upset by that. But no, we've got I think like our Pee Wee team in 10 years is going to be awesome. Yeah. I'll buy tickets to that team.
As a dad yourself, do you ever give those guys any advice when the first practice back? Do you tell them anything, words of wisdom?
I don't know if it's words of wisdom, but it's a thing that you can't explain to somebody until it happens to them. So now you have another bond between you and a player, something that you've been through. So it's why it's such an important thing here that Carter drives his wife and new baby home. And the reason that was like one of the most impactful days of my life. I used to drive like an ass, as fast as I could everywhere. Put a baby in the car, I knew where every idiot on the road was, and it wasn't me anymore. I was driving the speed limit. It changes you. For me, that was my experience, and it was really impactful for me. So I want him to experience that, and I want to talk to him the next day about it. There's so many firsts and wonderful things, and all of these guys, they're at that age where they're starting to go through it now. It's nice. It's something that you have to share in common, and it's brand new for them, and you get to see it through their eyes, and they're all fired up. I mean, it's just such a wonderful thing, and we got a whole daycare thing going on here at practice days. It's fantastic.
Looking at tonight's lineup, who do you put on the offensive defensively, looks like Jeff is not playing tonight. Who
Correct.
plays on their offside?
Uvis has played his offside enough that he's comfortable there. When he came in, he hadn't played much, and that was the hole. So he played his offside for his first tour here. So he's the guy that goes over.
He'll put in with Donovan.
Correct.
Okay. And just on the rationale for making the change, is it just?
I don't like taking defensemen in and out quickly or easily. When Uvis came out, I had waited a while for Donovan. He got here, he got comfortable, and then you're just waiting for it, and you'd like it to be right. I'm not sure I've got I'll explain it in a minute. So you give him enough time, and then there's a game that stacks up, 1 or 2 games that you don't love the guy's game. May not be, and for Donovan, when he came out, probably wasn't fair. He tripped up, they scored the goal, but we just want to make sure if we're taking guys in and out isn't overreacting to it. I've actually, in the last 3, Jeff and I talked about getting to a different level in his game, and I thought the 2 prior he did. I was excited about where he was going with that, and then we just got to another kind of bad event game. Not the whole game, just 1 or 2 things didn't go his way, and the door had been open. Now I'm looking for it. Donovan, I want to get back in, so it's kind of you're waiting for the door to open. I don't like to overreact with a defenseman if he makes a mistake, because back there, that's all the game is about, right? So it just seems the right time.
So basically more, as much opportunity as anything else, just to get.
It is as much opportunity for the guy that was out. He's worked hard. I don't feel that any one of them have solidified the job. Certainly none of them are at the point where, and this happens during the course of the year. It's happened here if you look at some of what happened to Tom Snosek last year. They got to the point in the season where I didn't feel, even on an off night, that he warranted taking the guy out of the lineup. Even if the guy in the lineup had played poorly, I didn't think that was enough to take him out. So I'm not at that point yet either. Right? So there's going to be some movement with those guys. And Jack Stadnicka comes in. I liked his game, so he stays in. And Jack Devine comes out. I'm not down on him. He can go back in the next game. But we want some of those kind of excited, energetic guys going in that we think we can fire them up and play their best.
With Nashville tonight, you guys played them just about a week ago. What did you like about your game up there that
Yeah,
you can carry over?
that'll be part of the challenge for tonight. Our expectation going into the game, Nashville has been through a tough start. And then they had started to win games, and they had played Colorado, and they had played a fantastic game. And that's the video that we had to present to them, was that we were expecting a very physical, very fast game, and it didn't happen. But they've gotten back to that now. They're more physical, they're quicker, they've won some games. So we're going to expect tonight, not the game that we played in Nashville, but the game we were expecting in Nashville. That'll be our starting point.
Is that tough to do, though, to mentally get
Well,
your guys? Remember, it was 8:30.
Right. Well, I mean, it can be. I guess the first mistake you would make is not addressing it. But we'll talk about that before the game, and then as the coach, you got to try to get it right to get their engine rolling. But we got other things here that are more critical to us than how Nashville's going to come out and play. We've found this season you just might as well expect the other team's best, because that's what we're getting most nights.
For Jack, obviously, he's got in there, got a good taste of the action first time coming out. How nice is this for a young guy to kind of have that come out, reset, assess everything, kind of look back, and then see it from afar as well?
It's an important part of that process. You'll find over the first year pro, kind of every time there's a reset, he comes back in. His game gets a little faster, and the game he's watching gets a little slower, and it's a lot to process in your first game. When you get called up, you get 2 brand new line mates you may not have played together with, and then you're playing at a level you've never played before against systems you've really not seen teams adhere to. So there's a lot when a guy comes in brand new, then he gets a little bit of a reset, gets to practice hard, gets to push his legs hard, and then come back in and a little more determined, a little more focused on a couple areas, and the game will get slower for him and he'll get faster.
Any other questions?
Goalie tonight?
Sergei.